2 years ago, Del Sargent and his family thought they were embarking on their version of the American dream. They were approved for a loan to buy this house tucked away in the rural beauty of Sanford, Maine. But they were hit by a string of bad luck just after moving in, setting them back with a major expense from the start. That was quickly followed by a slowdown of hours Del was getting on his job retreading tractor-trailer tires, and the Sargents started to fall behind on their house payments. Del called J.P. Morgan Chase, the bank who owned their mortgage.
I was only 2 months behind before I tried to contact Chase. We kept trying to talk with somebody saying, what can we do? You know, we're having a hard time making our payments, and we got no response.
Over the months that followed, Del was able to have a meeting with bank officials that resulted in agreed reduced monthly payments. When Del got more work, he thought he was over the worst and back on track with his home safe. But after 10 months of Chase cashing his payment checks, Del is still unsure of his standing.
They are actually still treating me like I am not making my payments by calling me repeatedly and almost feel like harassment. I see 8 or 9 phone calls a day saying, are you going to stay in your home? Are you still living there? And in case I haven't noticed, I've been sending you money, so obviously I must be.
Mm-hmm. And how do they respond to that?
Have a nice day, sir.
Like Del and his family, hundreds of thousands of Americans stand on the edge of a cliff that leads to foreclosure and the loss of their home. It was volunteer attorney Tom Cox right here in Maine who blew the lid off the fact that banks were lying about foreclosure paperwork in courts. He's the attorney on the front lines who uncovered the first case of robo-signing.
Tom's case brought Maine into the spotlight and highlighted a national problem of how banks dealt with people who were behind on their payments.
Take care, bye.
When I first saw what was being presented to the court by the loan servicers, I was troubled and angry as a lawyer, because for 40 years I've really believed and had a major stake in the integrity of our court system. And I thought what they were doing was offensive.
What does this mean for the banking industry as a whole?
Now I'm left with a pretty significant level of anxiety of whether it's going to have a long-term impact of really stopping this corporate misconduct by our major financial institutions.
But for people like Del, who in good faith don't know where they stand with their bank, for now it's a matter of getting from one meal to the next. Scott Heidler, Al Jazeera, Portland, Maine.